Emerald Lagasse? Hello! Welcome back to the Spoonie Stitcher channel. I'm Shannon the Spoonie Stitcher, you're inside the Stitchery, and I'm so happy you're here today. If you're new, hi! I'm Shannon. I'm the Spoonie Stitcher. A Spoonie is somebody who has a chronic condition, and a Stitcher is somebody who makes art with textiles. This channel is all about creativity. Anything that makes your creative juices flowing, that's what we try to do on this channel. So if that sounds like something that sounds fun to you, maybe hit the subscribe button. I'll wait. Thank you so much. Maybe hit like button while you're down there as well. That tells the algorithm you want more stuff like this. Today, I don't know what we're gonna do, but stay tuned and we'll have fun together. It's time for another Melick Adventures Collaboration Series. What's that? You don't know what a MAC is? Allow me to explain. So what is a MAC, or a Melick Adventures collab? It's a really fun collaboration with a bunch of Disney enthusiasts. You don't have to be a Disney channel to participate. Hosted by Ben and Danielle Melick at the Melick Adventures. The Melicks pick a theme, and then we do whatever we want with that theme. We could show a collection, we could bake something, we could make something, we could talk about different things in the film that we found inspiring or fun, or the entire video could be fun facts. They really do not limit you on what you can do for this collaboration. It just has to fit the theme. That's it. So they are the second Tuesday and the last Thursday of every month, unless they have to be changed because of holidays. If you want to be involved with one of these projects, contact them. But of course, I am not the only one participating in this collaboration. Please remember to check out all the wonderful participants linked down below. Make sure you watch every single video and leave a comment. Comments help our videos so much. More than likes, but do that too. Today's movie is The Princess and the Frog, 2009. And it stars people like Anika Noni Rose, Keith David, Jennifer Lewis, Oprah Winfrey, Jennifer Cody, Terrence Howard, Peter Bartlett, Michael Leon Woolley, Bruno Campos, Jim Cummings, John Goodman, and even Emerald Lagasse. Found that out recently. I love this movie, but my collection is puny. So I'll show you a little bit of my collection, but we're going to do a craft today. So my favorite character in the whole movie, I really love Stella, and she doesn't get enough time on screen. Stella. But I love Louis. I love Ray. Of course, I love Naveen. He's hilarious, especially as a frog. Tiana is awesome. I love her so much. I love her and Charlotte's friendship as well. That doesn't get enough time on screen. Side note, I don't want a live action. I want a sequel. And let's give Charlotte a love interest and a song, please. Just saying. Anyway, I love these characters, but my favorite character is Lottie. I love Lottie. She is hilarious. She reminds me a little bit of Suzanne Sugarbaker from Designing Women, just a little bit. I love how she's a character that they could have easily made into a mean girl, and they went, nah, let's make her a sweetheart who's just a little bit selfish. I love her so much. I'm so happy they made a doll. Isn't she beautiful? Oh, I love Lottie. She is the cutest. So I know her dress is a little flat because it's much poofier in the movie, but it's got to fit in the box. So, and then the artwork on the back is her come hither look. And then there's Tiana. You've got Tiana on the side here and on the side here. Oh yeah, and Naveen. Show that one again. I didn't hold that up long enough. Hold on. There we go. And then I have a Tiana keychain. In her wedding dress. I love this movie. I watched it on TV the other day because we recorded it off TV so that I could work on this craft. But I don't actually own the movie. I know. I need to. I really want to go and see if like Second and Charles or one of those like thrift stores has a copy of the DVD with like the special edition. You know, it has all the bonus features, which is my favorite, which lets you learn things like Emeril Lagasse is an alligator. Yes, the chef, you know, bam. Yeah, he is a voice of an alligator in this movie. I didn't know that was him. Yeah, his name's Marlin. Marlin the alligator. Emeril Lagasse as an alligator in a Disney movie. What? Yeah. So anyway, enough stalling. What is the craft? We are going to make Charlotte. Oh, Shannon, you're going to crochet her. How original. Not. No, I'm not going to crochet her. I know. I shocked you. I am not going to crochet a doll because I have one. This is a NuiMo. The NuiMos are being discontinued. And my friend Rebecca at Rebecca's Reality, go follow her, she's awesome. She inspired me to get some of the old NuiMos and turn them into characters they didn't make because she's doing the same thing. And if I can find her video where she does like that a lot, like mostly in that video, then I will link her down below. She does a lot of vlog style videos. I wanted to try it too. So when I saw this one on the Disney website and it was on sale because they're being discontinued, I immediately had an idea. This is my Cinderella NuiMo. Nothing has happened to her yet. She is just regular Cinderella with her glass slippers. How cute are these? And her poofy little dress and her black choker, her headband, her earrings, eyes, hair. So if you don't know, a NuiMo is a posable doll that people like to dress up and take to the parks and that kind of thing. But they made a lot of princesses, but they left out a lot of characters, like not princesses, but leading ladies. Or, you know, any of the live action, they didn't make any of those. Rebecca is making, I'm going to forget which NuiMo she's taking to make these, so I'm just going to tell you what the final result's supposed to be. She's trying to make Esmeralda. She made the live action Little Mermaid with Halle Bailey. And, she made Pocahontas. That one looks awesome. Her Little Mermaid one does too. I think she finished that one. Yeah. So go check out her channel. You can see those. So I'm going to try and make this version with this. The hair is similar enough. And I already have the poofy dress with this. So I can use that as my template. And my doll is going to be the guide here. I also have pictures off the internet, obviously, but I'm going to use the doll mainly as much as I can. I'm really excited to try and make this into a Lottie NuiMo. No offense to Cinderella, I love Lottie more. So I'm excited. I think it's going to look really cute. I got my sketchbook out and I figured out where I needed to make pieces, what I needed to remove, all of that. So, are you ready? Let's go down to the table and start surgery. Okay, first thing we need to do is remove her NuiMo tag. Simple enough. So I apologize, but she's going to be slightly indecent. Although we could just consider this a bathing suit. Kind of looks like one. Yeah, she's in her bathing suit. Okay, well I can cut this part. These are extremely sharp scissors, so I gotta be careful. Okay. Aha! I kind of figured there'd be an extra piece. There we go. I want to move her chin out of the way. I'm not trying to cut anything, I'm just trying to pull this out. There we go. Aha! Okay. No, not too bad. I was worried about the holes, but I don't think it'll be that bad. gotta be honest, this one makes me nervous because I think it's glued. All right, let's start with the earrings. I don't know. We'll just call them earrings. May not be what they are, but we're gonna call them that. I'm trying to pull up so that I only get the blue stitch. There we go. Okay. Well, I got it undone, but I don't know if I got it free. Oh, wait, maybe. Ah, okay, yeah. Okay, and then there's a knot there. Let's just get this one off. Okay, well, we freed the earring. This isn't coming out. Oh, I see. There's a tiny knot right here. Okay. I had to go for medical supplies from my mother. Let's see if we can get this little knot out. Come on. Ah, yes. Woohoo! All right, well, we might as well just go ahead and do the other one then. Whew, that took some doing. Okay. Phew. Well, we got that part. Now let's see what we're working with here when it comes to this headband. So it's glued. Interesting choice. However, if I remove this, I think this piece would hide it, so yeah, you can't see the damage from this angle. Okay, I'm gonna pull really, really slowly, and this is going to be a lot of footage, and I don't want to waste my battery. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pinch this, and I'm gonna pull extremely slowly to do the most minimal amount of damage that I can. So if you want to try this too, that's what I'm doing. Okay, I have a teeny bit of blue left over. I'm probably gonna have to try and cut it. So I'm gonna have to smash her hair down really flat. Stay as close to the surface as possible. Make sure I'm cutting glue and not hair. I don't want to create a hole. Obviously, you do not have to go as extreme as I'm going. Yeah, the one on the side definitely has to go. Again, proceed with caution. This could ruin your doll forever. Please know that. That's the best I can do. For the most part, it's kind of hidden. The shoes are honestly fine. I don't really see any need to change them. You won't see them anyway, but I think those are fine. They're iridescent, but they're like iridescent pink, so they look really good. And I think the dress is what's next.
Originally, I recorded the entire process of making her dress and crocheting every little bit so that it would be almost a tutorial, but that video is way too long. So instead, I included the written instructions at the end of the video if you want to make the dress as well, and I included some fun highlights I thought might be interesting. So I hope you understand, but you didn't want to sit here for 2 hours. Enjoy the video.
Okay, so this is her Cinderella dress that she came in. There are a lot of similarities considering the puff sleeves, the extra little top skirt. Hers is sheer, this one is more fabric. So there are some similarities that I could easily use this as a template. However, there's two things that are wrong with this doll that are supposed to be more like the movie, and that is her bow is wrong and her sleeves are wrong. Her sleeves are actually off the shoulder, not just puff sleeves, but they are off her shoulder. And her bow is a big, obnoxious bow in the front of her dress. And this isn't nearly poofy enough. So I'm going to try and fix that. And I think actually, oh yeah, she also wears gloves. Ooh, I forgot about that. I have two different pinks here. One is the darker pink, one is the lighter pink. These are both Big Twist Twinkle in light pink and pink. So I'm gonna go with the darker color. So I have a 3.25 millimeter hook and I have a 3.5 millimeter hook. I don't know which one I'm gonna use. The fact that they are both shades of pink is a complete coincidence. This is just what I had down here. So I think I'm gonna try the 3.25. So I'm gonna make her gloves probably that long. I think looks good. She is not very big. So I'm gonna try magic ring of 5. Okay, I got a big old knot in my yarn, so I'm starting over. I'm actually gonna do 6. So this is still a 3.25 millimeter hook, a 4 worsted weight yarn. I'm doing 6 stitches into the magic ring. Then I am going to increase in the first stitch, which means 2 stitches in the same stitch. And mark that. Then I'm going to single crochet in the next 2. Increase in the next. Single crochet in the next 2. Make a round or 2 of this and see if it fits. It should fit a lot better. Try on her. There's not much there, so it's gonna be kind of a small fit. Looks good to me. See if we go about here maybe, because they're short gloves, so I think about here is probably good. So rows 1 and 2 were the establishing rows, and then 3 through 6 were the length rows. I'm gonna stretch it out just a little bit so that it fits over her hand. Might take a little bit of finesse. I did want a tight squeeze, so, because I don't want it to fall off of her hand. This is why I didn't cut the string yet, because it's helping me pull it on there. She has gloves. So I'm going to make a base, and I have to remember there has to be overlap because Velcro. So you can get a measuring tape and everything if you want to. This is how I'm choosing to do it. Get a piece of yarn, wrap it in the back, estimate for overlap, and there you go. And then when you make your chain, which I'm actually going to go up to a 3.5 for this one, maybe even a 4, we'll have to see. I'm going to make my chain, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna lay this on the ground, and I have my string, and I'm gonna stretch it out as much as I can. And this chain, from this knot to the other end, has to be the same length as the yarn. Otherwise, not gonna work. Okay, 30 it is. Which is going to end up being 29 because we're going to lose one when I go backwards. I am going to get a different hook because I keep catching on this yarn. I think it's the sparkle. Okay, so hilariously, it's pink. Who knew? I did not remember that this hook was pink. So this is working out nicely. Okay, what I want to do is I want to create a shape that goes around and flares out just slightly. Out like that. And then I can build the dress on top of it. At least that is the plan. And I'm starting with the skinnier part and working out because honestly, I think it's easier to increase than to decrease, but that's just me. Okay, welcome to the creative process, which always looks like a mess. So, I'm gonna take a break on the crochet for a second because I got some stuff that arrived. So we're going to see. These are the little tiaras that I ordered. We got a bunch of shapes here. Now hers is kind of a heart-like design. So I'm gonna see if I've got one that looks, this one's a little pointy. It's more of a teardrop, but this might be an option. That kind of looks like a heart. What's this one? Oh, this one's smaller. I think I like this one. Let's try this one. I think that's cute. Okay, now I'm wondering if this will just be easy enough to just... Yep. See, I wasn't going to do that till I was sure this is the one I was using. How cute is that? Super cute. Okay, so we have the tiara. I also got some organza. I will try to link all of these supplies that I got from Amazon down below, and then you can shop if you would like to try this for yourself. Okay, my plan for this was to turn this into her skirt. The little peplum, because it's so thin. But I'm not 100% sure it'll work out. But that's okay, because I do have another project for this, so this isn't a waste. I also have the sparkly tulle, which I could gather up. Could also do this. That's kind of cute. I don't know. I think I need a base first. Well, I'll tell you what I would do if I wasn't crocheting. I would get a piece of fabric. Let's see. I'll use this thin thing, even though this is not the kind of fabric I would recommend, okay? Just an example. I would get a piece of fabric that's the correct size. And you can always pin it. And then just do a straight stitch. Making sure there is at least 1/4 of a seam allowance so that when you turn it inside out, it will fit her. And then you'll have a base that you can put everything on top of. So what I'm doing crochet-wise, you can just do with fabric if you want to. For those of you who don't crochet and don't feel like you want to try crochet. However, if you do feel like you want to learn crochet and you've never tried before, Teresa and I are starting a beginner series in July, so look for that very soon. Okay, so on her sides, I am actually going to get a stitch marker and mark on this bottom row down here, which is our chain row, where her waist is on the side. It is. There we go. And that is where I'm going to start to decrease so that I give her a waist. this is actually going to be the top. See? Because her waist will be right there. Okay, I marked the middle of her dress when I have it wrapped around her, and this is where I will add her sweetheart neckline. So I am single crocheting on the top. And I thought you might think it's kind of cool on how I create the sweetheart neckline, so I'm videoing this part. Okay, last one. There we go. Now we are in the middle. I am going to do what is called a spike stitch. Take this out. Going to go to the row or two, actually, below, and I'm going to do a slip stitch instead and kind of pull it. And then in the next stitch, skipping over that one, I'm going to do a single crochet. And now we have a very delicate, but it's there, little sweetheart neckline. I know that it's more pronounced in the movie, but our doll doesn't have a chest, so it's not that big a deal. Okay, well, besides the fact that she kind of reminds me of Evita at the moment, I think it's looking good. This white little bathing suit thing keeps peeking out, so I do have that organza, and I might actually end up like putting that around just to make sure that there's no white peeking through. So we could potentially do this. As you can see, whoever designed this messed up because this is shorter than this one. So obviously it was supposed to be two of these, and this one is taller and pointier, so that, yeah, that causes issues for me crafting wise. So if I wrap this around her like twice, that should be enough pink. And then put the dress on top. There we go. Now you can't see any white. I might end up doing that. Also, what I want to do is I want to sew the back of the dress to about here. So I just want to sew these two pieces together so she can still step into the dress, but then I'll have like a little hook and eye up here so we can close it. So she can put it on and off. There we go. I'm just going to add a few more just to hold it in place. I'm this close to trimming this tag. I can't even tell you. I am this close to taking this tag off and just keeping this little NuiMo one. Yeah, I don't care. There. I did it. I'm keeping the little one though. It's cute. If you're using pins for anything, please proceed with caution. You can stick yourself. It does hurt. Okay, I think I'm gonna sew these two together and then this side together. And I'm gonna stop here. Okay, let's hope this works. Ta-da! Okay, now we have to do her sleeves. They are off the shoulder. And then I think that's all the crocheting that I need to do for this project. So now I have these little leaf looking things, and what I'm gonna do is on the dress, going to find where her arm is. I'm going to attach it right next to her arm on the front and the back, and then I'll have her little off the shoulder sleeves. Now I just need to hide all of these tails. I just think it's the wrong pink. I don't... I even made one out of the organza. I don't know. I could crochet a bow. I just don't know if I want to. I did decide how I'm going to attach her tiara, though. I'm going to sew it. I'm going to use right there, and maybe in the middle, to sew it into her hair so that I can remove it if I want to. So I like the idea of her crown being removable because then she can be multiple princesses, and I can do different outfits for different kinds of dolls and stuff. I know I removed her little band and everything, but I could always crochet that again and put it back, or make it out of felt again and, you know, put it back temporarily. And by putting her crown on, by sewing it instead of gluing it, I can just snip those little threads if I want to take it off. Now, I know you're probably wondering about the back collar, like why didn't I do that? I didn't want to do that out of crochet because I didn't think that would be stable enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some fabric and maybe some poster board or some cardstock and cut that shape and then put the fabric over it and attach it that way. I don't want to sew it to the dress because then I can't get it on and off of her. So that will be a challenge, but I'm up for it. So we just need to do the peplum, the bow, attach the tiara, and the collar. And then if I can find some beads, I would like to do her earrings. And then I guess she's done. Okay, the peplum. I tried tulle. It was a mess because this stuff is not sealed glitter. It was a mess. I even thought of doing the bow this way, but ugh, no. So I'm still kind of stuck on the organza idea. Kind of making it like, excuse me, my dear. There we go. Kind of like that. No. It's really more of like a thin overlay now that I look at it really closely, because it's on her whole dress. It's kind of more like a top skirt. See, if I do that, it's cute, but it only covers this part, and I don't know if I like that. It's supposed to go in the middle like the doll shows, but I may have to work this part off camera because I think this is gonna take some real work. So I cut a piece of styrofoam from packaging for her collar, and I'm gonna wrap it in fabric. And I have to sew on pieces, but you don't need to see that. And so I'll just meet you for the final result. Okay, so it has been 2 weeks. I think I've been working on this for 2 weeks. And she is still not 100% done, but she is done enough. The video has to go out at 7 a.m. on Thursday, and it is Wednesday afternoon. And I had a doctor's appointment this morning, and I've still got a bunch of stuff I have to do. I still have to edit all of this. So this is where we're at. I don't like ending my crafts this way, but I don't have time to sew or glue or do anything else right now. So this is where our little DIY Charlotte is at. I hope you like her anyway. So here's our little Charlotte. She's got her bow. So I didn't do her peplum or her collar. But what I think I would do for that is I had some styrofoam, as you might have seen in the clip. I had some styrofoam and I got some fabric and I was going to wrap it around there and attach it. And then her little peplum, I was going to gather up this material and just kind of create a little skirt on each side. I'll still do that, just not right now. It's been a very busy, draining week and I still have to go live tomorrow. So sorry y'all. I used all the spoons I possibly could, okay? These are all the spoons I've got. So I have her little tiara and her bow. Had to do the bow. The big obnoxious bow. Have to do the bow. And there's her dress and her gloves. So what do you guys think? How did I do? I think she looks like Charlotte. I think I did okay. Fun trivia fact before you go. I figured out something the other day, I think. So, Mama Odie has a pet snake named Juju. And I was curious what Juju stood for, or if it was just like a sound she was making, or what was going on. Literally, as I was watching Shay at Disfly Life, she showed a bag, and then on the back was Mama Odie, and she couldn't remember the snake's name, and I was like, oh, it's Juju. It dawned on me at that moment, I think I know why the snake's name is Juju. As in, bad juju? Could I be right? I don't know. But it makes a lot of sense. Do you think that's why the snake's name is Juju? Let me know in the comments. What are your thoughts? My other plan was to make Tiana's blue dress. I don't have a Tiana, unfortunately, I don't have a Tiana NuiMo. And now I'm really sad because they could be besties. But I don't have the Tiana doll or the Tiana NuiMo. They're both on my wish list. But I was going to make the Tiana blue dress because I know someone who has a Tiana NuiMo, and I thought maybe she'd like that as a gift. And I thought y'all might want to see me do that. So if you want to see Tiana's blue dress, hit that like button and tell me in the comments that you want to see Tiana's dress, and I will make it. She will have to be my model, but I will make it and I will send it to my friend, and maybe she'll show it on her channel. Remember to look at all the other videos today. We had a lot of people who wanted to do this movie, and I don't blame them. This movie is fun. I like this movie a lot. This was a fun craft for me to do. I wish I could have like 100% finished it, but you know, 85 is still pretty good. Let's go with 90. I mean, all she's missing is the skirt and the collar, so, and the earrings. I never did find beads that I liked. 90? 90%? Meh, close enough. So, I did enjoy making her, and I don't know what anybody else is doing today. I know some people are obviously going to show their collections. That's mostly what people do. But I have a feeling maybe some people will do some cooking. I mean, I found some great recipes, and I thought about doing a cooking video because, man, New Orleans food, yes. So good, right? I found a recipe for Tiana's French toast that I really want to try, so I don't know. There could be a short. Might want to look out for that because I might want to try that. But in the end, I decided this was really a cute idea, so I went with this. Remember to check out my friend Rebecca at Rebecca's Reality. She has made different NuiMos into other NuiMos. But please check out everybody's video today. I am so excited to watch those this weekend, I guess, because it's a very busy week for me. But I hope you had fun today. I hope you enjoyed seeing Miss Charlotte. And I will see you later. Remember, life happens, yarn helps, and spoonies can stitch it up too. Bye.